Hello everyone. Today we will discuss about the principles of object-oriented programming. In the last session we have seen what is class and what is object. So class is a blueprint, or it is defined to um, understand the working mechanism of objects. Okay? Object means object is an entity. It's having its own state and behavior. So in this session we will see what is abstraction, what is encapsulation, what is inheritance, and what is polymorphism. The first point is abstraction. It refers to the act of representing essential features without including the background details. I hope you have not understood what is this, what is the meaning of this definition. So I will go through the examples. So examples are mentioned here: remotes, ATM machine, coffee dispensing machine. Okay, many are there. So take an example of remote. So already we have seen the remote. So in a remote, what happens? We have some buttons over that remote. So when we will press that particular buttons, according to that buttons, it functions, it works. For example, now if you want to change the channel in your TV, so for changing the channel, you will press that particular button. Or if you want to increase the volume, or if you want to decrease the volume, so for that you are using some specified buttons. Here what's happening, for the user they have given a button, but after pressing that, what is happening inside that remote, we do not know that. So that is all hidden. So for the user, so that button is given, so when user knows, only if he press that button, this is going to happen. Okay, so through that we are accessing, but inside what is the mechanism, what is going to happen inside that, so that is all hidden. So that is the definition here. Only essential features are given for the user, so rest all the things are hidden, means that background details are hidden. Another example is ATM machine. So when we will go to withdraw the cash from the machine, we know only insert the card, enter the pin, enter the amount, so that machine gets dispatch the money. But after inserting the card, what is happening inside that machine? So that is the background. So that is background mechanism that is hidden, we do not know. So what's happening after inserting the card, what's happening means from where that pin is checking, when we will enter the pin, so that pin is getting checked with the server, that ATM server. So that is all hidden. That is all hidden from the user. Okay, user do not know. User knows only how to withdraw the cash, how to check the balance, so how to take that statement. So with that much, means here only essential features are given for the user, rest all the things are hidden. So that is abstraction. Same way, coffee dispensing machine. In a coffee dispensing machine, what happens? So the machine, so when you will insert the coin, automatically that machine dispense the coffee. But after putting the coin in that machine, what is the mechanism? So that is all hidden from the user. So user do not know that what's happening inside that machine. So that is all hidden from the user. So that is abstraction. Next point is encapsulation. Encapsulation is a mechanism that binds the data and functions together in a single unit. So encapsulation binds the data and functions together, so in a single unit. Okay, that is a encapsulation. It keeps them both safe from the outside world, preventing any unauthorized access or misuse. So that data and functions are binded together to avoid unauthorized access or misuse, to avoid the misuse of the data or misuse of the function. That data has been binded together. For example, capsule. You take an example of capsule. So inside that capsule, so there are plenty of particles, so that is binded together, and so that is given for the users. Or washing machine. So in a washing machine, start button is given. So people, when we will put the clothes, and only the abstraction, only essential features are given for the user. So user press the start button. So after pressing the start button, so inside mechanism, everything automatically it gets start. Okay, so that is all binded together. So that is encapsulation. Next is inheritance. Inheritance is a powerful mechanism by which one class acquires the properties of another class. Here acquiring the property from one class to another class, so that is called as inheritance. the common class that gets inherited is called the parent class or the base class. So that common class from where we are inheriting, we are acquiring, so that class is called as parent class or the base class. And the class that inherits from the common class is called the child class or the derived class. The class which is acquiring the property, that is the derived class or child class. You take a real example. So one real life example, we have our parents and we have a grandfather, grandmother. Here what's happening, our parents are acquiring the property from our grandparents, like whatever the property, it may be a cash, it may be a gold, or it may be a agricultural field. The property comes from grandfather to father, and next from father to son. So here this is a chain, so that is the inheritance. So property is acquiring from one generation to the next generation, so that is inheritance here. So acquiring the properties from one level to another level. Next is polymorphism. Poly means many, okay, morphism means way. So polymorphism is a mechanism by which you can send the same message to different objects, and each object can respond in different way based on its class. Here that object or that method works in a different situation, in a different way that method works. For example, if I take example of method draw, so by using that draw, I can draw the circle, I can draw the rectangle, I can draw some different polygon, different shapes. The same method can be used. So when if we want to understand this concept polymorphism, you take one example of real life example of a person. So person changes his behavior according to the situation. Like when he gets bored, his feelings are different. When he is happy, so again his feelings or his behavior is completely different. When he is in a working place, again his behavior is different. Or when he is somewhere outside, again his behaviors are different. Means according to the situation, the same person is changing his attitude or his behavior. That is polymorphism. So object is only one, object is a person, but that person is changing his behavior according to the situation. So that is polymorphism. So thank you for watching.